All right, everybody, welcome our champion of LIV Golf, Adelaide Talor Gooch from Range Goats, GC. Welcome, Taylor. What a week you had. Obviously, the first 2 days you went incredibly low, set a record for LIV, struggled a little bit out there today. What do you think that was the pressure from, getting up on the podium for the first time?
I think golf is just really hard. It's hard to put back-to-back days together like I did, and even harder to do it 3 times in a row. So, I actually played fine out there today. The golf gods, I think, said, we don't want this first win to be easy on you. I had a couple, bad breaks here and there, and so it made things interesting. But it was cool to kind of, overcome the adversity and dig deep. After I made a double on number 10, I was kind of a point of, we're either going to dig deep and do this or you're going to stumble coming in. So it was cool to, dig deep and get the job done.
Taylor, you've been with us from the beginning, and you've been knocking on this door for so long. There's been so many times where, you were right there. How does it feel to get on the podium and get that first place win today?
Incredible, and even more special with my caddy being from Australia. We've been, looking forward to this tournament for so long, and I couldn't have picked a more fun, more meaningful tournament to win on LIV than here in Australia in front of the greatest crowds we've had, the greatest environment we've had. The course is phenomenal. I mean, everything about it was just first class, and like I said, just that much more special with my caddy being from Australia and getting him a win here in his home country.
So this is your first one, obviously, with the Range Goats. How has that team support been, and how is your captain today encouraging you? Tell us a little bit about behind the scenes with the Range Goats.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I didn't help us get a team win today, but everyone, when I finished up and I got the win, they were all there to greet me and tell me congrats. And Bubba came and gave me a big hug and told me how nervous he was for me throughout the day. So, yeah, I mean, we've got a cool group, and hopefully we can get on the podium as a team really, really soon. I would prefer it to be in Tulsa. Let's do it next week, but especially Tulsa would be super, super cool.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor. Congrats. I'll kick it over to Mike.
Taylor, how did you balance individually versus the team? Obviously, you knew you guys were in a battle, and especially with the 4 aces and all that stuff too. Take us through like the day and how you kind of managed, if you were pressing more for the team or for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said to everyone yesterday, I knew we had to come out hot. Try to get some birdies going early as a team so that we could get a lead and try to capture a win. And unfortunately, I didn't help the team today. It was tough enough just trying to play good golf myself, but I was also very aware of what was going on with the team, and I was rooting. I knew that my score wasn't going to count, unfortunately, so I was rooting hard for the other 3 guys. Obviously I was trying to get a win, but I was just as tuned in to the team as I was to myself for the back 9 especially. So it was frustrating that we couldn't get the win for sure, but it was a step in the right direction for us as a team, and I think it's just a matter of time before we're up on that podium.
And just how proud of yourself were you that you were able to?
Thank you. Yeah, lots.
That you talked about after the double, that was kind of a tipping point. Did you look at the leaderboard and see at one point that your lead had shrunk to 2, and what was going through your mind then?
Yeah, I don't really remember where it was, but I had noticed that I was only 2 or 3 ahead at one point in time, and so I had a gauge early, like they're 15 under. There's going to be, it felt like a lot of guys are going to get around there, and then there's going to be probably a few guys try to pull up, down the stretch, pull up closer to me. So obviously I was trying to shoot another 62. Quickly in the round, I realized that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, I kind of knew if I could stay at 20, that was going to be tough to catch. And so it was nice to not have to make birdie on the last to stay at 20 and get the win. So it was nice coming down the stretch, having a couple shots cushion.
Thank you.
Taylor, just one more for you. That moment that just happened with Thomas Peters that came up, your fellow teammate on Rage Goats gave you a hug.
Yeah.
I think that really symbolizes what the team environment is like out here. On a non-team-based competition, would you ever have another player come up and give you a hug and congratulate you in the middle of your press conference?
And what's really cool is, he struggled this week. Earlier on in the week, he just wasn't, he didn't have his game, and he was so locked in and so focused, and he was putting extra work in. He was working so hard to help the team out. And so in spite of, him not being on his A game this week, for him to come out and support, that's what it's about. I was talking with Pat Perez coming down the stretch, just what a cool, unique, and different environment it is that, we have a team pulling for each other. We have people we can lean on. We have people that are going to help lift us. And so, that was super cool that Thomas gave me a hug.
Does it make golf a more enjoyable sport now that, you're part of a team?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing, football, basketball, but I love team sports. I love having a locker room feel. I love having guys you can kind of talk a little crap to and give each other a hard time, but also push each other and just help grow as individuals and as a team. And so for me, like I've said numerous times, like the selling point for me with LIV was the team aspect, and it's really cool that it's come to fruition like I had hoped and anticipated that it would.
That's awesome.
Can I just quickly ask about 18? Like, you've hit your approach in, and then you get in the crush of people, and then when you burst out, sort of thing, and the ovation there. I mean, can you put that into words, or?
No. So had a security guard with me the last couple of days, and he told me the last couple of days, he's like, I got your back. These guys might get a little crazy out here. I got your back. And so right when that was happening, I looked, and he was like, I got you. So it was unlike anything I've ever experienced on a golf course. I mean, I looked at Mal as we were walking through, and we just started laughing. It was just something you'd never expect to experience, and it was super cool. It just shows you how, into it this crowd is, how passionate these fans are. And, I mean, that's why we play golf, to entertain and to go out and win a tournament in front of thousands and thousands of passionate fans. It's as cool as it gets.
That's great. Teddy?
Hey, Taylor. Teddy Fenton, luckiest golfers on earth. Congrats, dude. What a win. My question is, did you talk to your dad today?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Called him.
What was the conversation?
So, again, we're pretty boring. He says basically the same thing. He's like, all right, go hit a bunch of fairways out there, hit a few greens, and see if you have a good one. Go have some fun. And one thing he says, not every time, but a little kind of often, is he goes, they can't eat you. And the first time he said that to me, I was playing in Canada back in like 2015, and I was in a similar position trying to win a tournament, and I'm super focused, I'm locked in, and he's like, they can't eat you. And I'm like, well, of course they can't, Dad. What are you talking about? And he's like, just relax. It's not big. It's not like you're life and death out there. Like, go out and have some fun. And it immediately calmed me. And so today, before I hung up, he goes, hey, they can't eat you. So it was cool, it was special, and it's something I love calling him before the rounds. It's cool.
And how much are you looking forward to talking to him now that you're holding that?
Yeah, I don't know if he's still going to be up. He actually might be. He's probably got a little adrenaline flowing right now. So I'll definitely be calling him when I get done here and seeing if he's up. But if not, I'm pumped to give him a call tomorrow and hash through it all, and him ask me why I did a couple things that I shouldn't have done probably. And then, it'll be cool to hash it all out and just live through it again.
Well, God bless you, and good luck the rest of the way, the rest of the season.
I appreciate
Congrats.
Okay, digest.
Taylor, just want to get a feeling for what your caddy Mal did for you this week. We saw him on the 18th green. He walked over and he was giving you a line. Just give us a bit of an insight into what role he played from the macro to the micro.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said the last few days, his green reading ability out here is incredible. I leaned on him more this week than I have in a long time, and he was so spot on early on, and it gave me confidence in him, and I think it gave confidence in himself. And I made a bunch of putts the last couple of days, a bunch of 8, 10, 12 footers, and without him I don't make as many putts, plain and simple. And so having the confidence in his green reading ability was a huge difference maker. And then today, when things were shaky, he was a constant. He does a great job of not wavering, not getting too high, not getting too low. And, he knows that I don't need a cheerleader that's going to kind of pump me up when I'm down. He knows that, we're just going to keep doing the same things. And we know if we do what we're supposed to do, good things will happen. And so today he did a really, really good job of just, like I said, just not wavering and just being himself and just acting like this is another round of golf, even though it was a huge round of golf for us. So his constant mentality and emotions and just how he conducts himself. And those moments are huge for me for keeping me calm and making things easier than what they feel like they are in the moment.
Do you guys laugh much out there on the course?
Especially this week, yeah, because there was probably half the stuff that was being said I probably couldn't understand out there because y'all have your own language here. So, we have a blast. We laugh out there. We know when to be focused. We know when to cut it up. And so, yeah, no, we have a good time out there for sure.
Yes, you guys will celebrate tonight.
I think we'll do a little celebrating tonight.
Any plans?
It will involve for sure some South Australian wine, and that's the only plans.
You have one more, Mike?
I wanted to ask you about the goat chain. Have you basically been wearing it since Friday?
No.
Is that how it works?
No, I wanted to get the win before I threw this thing on. This is like a victory chain. So, right as I got off the last though, Gabe came up and was like, "You want it?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So, I'll look forward to all of us somehow figuring out how to pass this amongst each other on the podium when we win, hopefully next week in Tulsa.
And I was curious, you jumped to the range goats mainly because of your friendship with Harold. What did he say after the round today?
He just gave me a hug and said good work. Again, it could have been a lot better day for us, and so it's kind of bittersweet in a sense. I know that everyone wishes we all would have been up there. So there's still, like I said, there's a little bit of that frustration, disappointment, but no, all of them came up, gave me a hug, said congrats, proud of me. So it was cool.
Taylor, deserving champion. Congratulations. We'll see you next week in Singapore. Congrats.
Thanks, guys.